Red Planet is the third of the Heinlein juveniles. It was copyrighted by Robert A. Heinlein and published by Charles Scribner's Sons of New York in 1949 for a price of $2.95. Like Space Cadet, this book was illustrated by Clifford Geary. Unlike the first two books, there is no space travel in this one. The action of the story takes place entirely on Mars. The central character of the story is Jim Marlowe, a teenaged young man who was born on Earth but was brought to Mars by his colonist parents when he was too young to remember much about his home planet. Mars is home to him, as well as to his best friends Frank Sutton, a fellow colonist, and Willis, a creature whose size and shape are similar to those of a medicine ball. Willis is a true Mars native. Jim and his friends live in South Colony, located in the far southern hemisphere of Mars. Jim and Frank are going to attend boarding school at Lowell Academy, located near Mars' equator. During their journey to Lowell Academy, Jim and Frank befriend several Martians, explore one of their underground cities, and ride in a jet-powered ice scooter that travels 200 miles per hour along the frozen Martian canals. Each year, and Mars years are 2 Earth years long, the colonists must migrate north to escape the frigid southern winter. While at school, Jim and Frank learn of a plot by the Mars Company to delay the annual migration in order to save money. The boys journey back home to warn the colonists of the plot, and the subsequent rebellion by the colonists against the company's policy make up the second half of the book. Pursued by company cops, they skate for hundreds of miles, spend a harrowing night inside a giant desert cabbage, have a reunion with their Martian friends, and learn that the Martians are more sophisticated and powerful than anyone ever realized. Of course, we now know that Mars' atmosphere is much thinner than was believed in 1949, that there are no canals on Mars, and that it is extremely unlikely that there are any Martians or Martian cities. But knowing these facts in no way detracts from this great story, which relies more on character and a strong storyline than on scientific minutiae. The science that Heinlein does employ in the story that is not specific to Mars is spot on, however. One interesting side point is that this is the first of the juveniles where Heinlein introduces the idea that there may be more to the universe than the obvious material world we see around us. This becomes a recurring theme in some of his later works. This book is great fun and a wonderful adventure story. The characters are likable and real, and Willis is one of the most lovable aliens you are ever likely to encounter. The bond between Jim and Willis is a strong thread that runs through the entire length of the novel. The action is non-stop, and there are enough twists and turns in the plot to keep you guessing. This was the first of the Heinlein juveniles I read as a young man, and it still holds up. Red Planet is a keeper, and will be a joy to read for young and old alike.